This is going to be part 2 of the roof rack build. So in the last video, I got the side pieces cut out on the roof. In this video, I'm going to figure out where to drill the holes, weld the angle iron on the siding, and then maybe get to the crossbars. I don't know if that'll happen. So we'll see how smooth the holes go. So basically what I did was I put the siding up here, and then I'm gonna use these as the mounting hardware. So I'll make inserts that slide in here. I guess I could use the stock ones, but I don't know. But I want to make these so they mount. So my siding will sit here, my crossbars will go across, and then I will have holes in the crossbars that will go down and bolt into here. And I'll have probably 3 on each side. So I kind of planned out where my crossbars are going to go. I want to have one all the way up the front that will run just at the edge of this sunroof, so it won't block the roof, the sunroof. I'll have one here for the mounting to the channel, and then I'll have another one probably in the middle, and then another one at this end, and then one more right here. And those will be my crossbars. That way I can have 3 mounts per side, and then have a bar in the back to mount lighting to, or whatever I want. And then have this front bar up here to mount lighting, or again, anything else. And having one all the way at the front and the back will kind of sturdy up the rack too. So I kind of have it laid out to where I need to drill my holes. So I marked here, the edge of my crossbar will go there. This is where the channel starts. So I need to scribe a line with the square there. And then this is where the channel ends. So scribe a line there. And my 3 crossbars will go in between this mark and this mark. And that will be for mounting to the roof. And then I will have one more crossbar mounting right here. So idea is to mark out my holes where I need them. Then I will clamp this side piece to this other side piece so that they line up. Drill the holes so I only have to drill once and the holes will be lined up. And then this angle iron and stitch weld along the bottom, a couple on the top in between the crossbars, so that this sturdies the side up and also lets the crossbar sit on that. I'm gonna get started on marking out my lines. Start marking out the holes where I need to drill, and then clamp those together, and might probably use the drill press just so that it's easier. And then we will weld the angle iron on and start cutting the crossbars out. All right, so we just got the holes drilled in the siding and it came out pretty good. So those are the bolts I'm gonna use. That's the weld nut that will be welded to the crossbar. It came out pretty good. I think they're pretty even. So clamping them together and drilling those worked out pretty good. So got all of them drilled. All right, what are we doing, Kate?
Measuring to 40 inches and then cutting.
What's gonna be 40 inches?
Your crossbars.
Oh, she listens. Yeah, so I got this 1-inch tubing, 120 wall. We're going to measure out 40 inches, and that's gonna be the length of the crossbars. 40 inches was a little on the long side, so if I do need to trim, I can. It's always better to cut longer than too short. So we'll get a couple cut out and then try to weld the weld nuts in and see if we can get this thing bolted together. first square nut welded in the end of the tubing. Came out pretty good. So threads in and out pretty nicely and came out pretty clean. So how I'm doing it is basically I just take the square nut, thread this in there like that, and then I drop it in just so that it's level, and then I'll tack it, and then you just tack it on one side, and then you can move it to where it's straight up and down, so your bolt's not going in at an angle. And then once you get it to there, you tack it on the opposite side, and then you just go ahead and weld it. And I pull this out when I'm welding it just because I didn't buy any extra ones of these, so I don't want to mess one up. So once I get it tacked in there, I take this bolt out and then just weld it and grind it, and it comes out pretty clean. So I'm gonna try to make a couple of these, and then we'll bolt it together. Right there. Close your eyes. All right, so I got it tacked in there. So now I'm gonna bring it over to the vise. It wasn't a very strong tack, so this one might break. But it's cool. Like that. Then I can kind of stand back and bend it. Looks pretty good. Spin it. That. Level. So got it welded up. Not the prettiest welds, but I'm going to grind it off anyways. So we'll grind that flat, and then that'll be one down. We just got to make 5 more. All right, so it decided to rain, but the rain's not stopping us. So I'll show you where we're at. Oh, it's raining kind of hard now. Check it out. Got this back one cut, and then that one and that one. Those aren't, I haven't welded the ends on those yet, so they're just laying there. So I gotta cut this rear one and the front one, and then weld the inserts and get it all bolted together. So I'm gonna get out of the rain and get to welding, but it's looking pretty cool so far. I like how it looks. It's the metal's like warped inwards, so when I bolt that in there, it should pull it out. And I'm gonna kind of have these flare out a little bit because that drip channel, the drip channel flares out. So I'm gonna have these, you know, kind of out like that, so it matches the roof line. So, and then I have to do a little bit of trimming here because it's hitting the back. So, brothers! Oh yeah, brothers! Oh yeah!
So we're gonna mark it at 40.
What are we doing?
We're cutting your front one. Is this the front one or the back one?
We're cutting the back crossbar.
We're cutting the back crossbar.
To 40.5.
To 40.5.
So that the ends flare out.
Oh yeah.
The rain drip.
So the ends flare out and it looks better. It goes with the rain gutter. Yeah.
Look at that precision. I put an X on that side so I don't cut the wrong side again. That was not bad. And then Kate's gonna weld it up, so
I'm
pray for
cutting
us.
it too. getting somewhere. Here we go. Nick needs to brush his hair.
Yeah, I do. We got all these bolted in. Roof rack's looking good. Now, I had just clamped this channel on there just to like mock it up. So now we're going to take this channel off. I'm gonna cut one more piece to go on this side. And then we'll weld the channel on. And after that, I just gotta get mounting hardware. So my thoughts are to just drill a hole through here, well, like this. Drill holes through those 3 bars, and these little slider tabs will slide underneath, because that was with the stock Toyota mounting hardware, so should be enough. And plus the other racks only mounted with 1, so with this mounted with 3 of these tabs. I went and bought these. I think they're too long, but it's a class, I want to say it was like a class 10, which was, or a grade 10, which was a little stronger than grade 8. But theoretically, the hole would be drilled here. This will go down through and thread into there and suck down tight, and that's going to hold the rack on there. So got a nice washer on there, so that will give it some more surface area. But I think I need to get a little bit shorter bolts. Yeah, we're gonna get this channel cut out and try to get this thing welded on, and then probably call it a day. All right, so we're putting this angle iron in. I already put it in along there just to go underneath the bars for extra strength, and when you're bolting these on, it helps it not twist, and then it also stiffens up the side pieces. So I got these all bolted in, and we're clamping these onto the siding, and then I'll just tack them and then take the whole rack off into the garage, and I'll finish welding it out. All right, so got the roof rack in the garage. It's looking pretty good. Gotta do some stitch welds, probably all the way down, and then probably hit the underneath on the bottom of the, angle, but looks pretty good. This side sucks in a little more, so I'll probably throw a little washer or some spacers in these middle ones, and that should fix the problem. But overall looks pretty good. Yeah, and these videos probably make it look like I'm doing it in like, you know, a couple hours, but this is like the 3rd full day of working on this, so it takes time just to get all your cuts measured out and make sure everything lines up. But only like 200 bucks in material and a couple days, so this video is either gonna inspire you to make your own or inspire you to just go buy one, because it's a little bit of work to make them, but should be pretty cool when it's all done.
So now that Nick has got it all on the table, I'm gonna weld it, and let's see how this goes.
All right, Kate's gonna learn how to weld. We set up a piece of scrap metal. As you can see, we have a lot of welds to do, so she nails it. She could probably do the whole rack, but we'll see how it goes.
If I'm good at cutting hair, I can be good at welding, so.
We'll see. You can see when you pull the trigger and it sparks, it's gonna turn dark, but you'll still be able to see the puddle.
Can you do it?
Yeah, you do. Put those on. You ready to weld?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. You got the gloves, you got the torch, you got the helmet. All right, we're gonna throw the ground on there. Like that. And you're good to go.
Yo, that's not bad.
Dang, not bad for your first one.
Okay, wait.
It's pretty good. Here, flip it around. You have a fresh piece. Yeah, it's actually not too bad. You're a little thin in some spots, but
right there.
yeah, not too bad.
And I didn't even start.
Good job.
Sweet. All right, time to do the roof rack.
You want to weld some? Can you see when you're welding?
Yeah.
You can? That's pretty good. Okay, so you were a little slow at first.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, I need to move.
That's pretty good though. That's not bad.
So
Nice. Good job. All right, so we just got the whole rack welded up, stitch weld all the way down each side, a couple on the bottom, and it's super sturdy. It's not going anywhere. So I also flared these out a little bit because they were hitting the back of the cab, so flared them out a little bit, so hopefully when we set it up there it won't rub on the back. And then I also need to bend the front ones a little bit just because they're curving in a little bit. So, and then I got this. This is gonna be the trim, and it's gonna go along the bottom edge of this, since this will be contacting the roof. And then I got this to go underneath that. This will actually get taped to the car. It's just like some neoprene tape. So that's gonna help cut down vibration and then also not damage my paint. Pretty much the only thing I have left is to get my mounting hardware, which is gonna go here, 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 and then same on the other side. And then I think just paint it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up here. Made a lot of good progress today. Pretty much got the whole thing built. Only thing is, like I said, the mounting hardware and painting it, and then putting the tin up there. So, and then probably some lights, but that'll be down the road. Last night I also ordered new suspension and coils, so that will be a project for another day. But I'm gonna wrap the video up there. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.